National Emergency Management Agency alerts the public of possible overflow of rivers Niger and Benue. Nigerian troops destroy terrorist enclaves in Katsina and Kaduna. Eliminate terrorists. Federal government trains information and cyber security experts to protect Nigeria's cyberspace.
We will help to reduce unemployment, we will help to reduce poverty, we will help to reduce youth restiveness.
Hello, this is News Desk Count 3 on Nta News24, and we're live in our studio here in Abuja. I am Claire Adelabu Abdulrazak. And the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, alerts some states in the north, central and southern parts of the country of possible overflow of the rivers Niger and Benue that could trigger flooding in riverine communities. The states that are highly probable are Benue, Kogi, Anambra, Delta, Imo, Rivers, and Bayelsa. A statement by NEMA released on Friday says the notice is to allow local governments and communities to take actions to mitigate the risk of flooding. Now, some of the actions expected to be taken include immediately constructing temporary flood barriers, evacuating from flood plains to safer higher grounds, and avoiding crossing flooded areas. Now, the agency advises communities to stay informed through weather updates and flood warnings from the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, and the Hydrological Services Agency, NISA. To security matters, troops have conducted raid operations on two prominent terrorist commanders and decimated their strongholds. In a statement, the Director of Defense Information, Major General Edward Buba, says Sadiku Enclave in Sora Hill in Safana local government area of Katsina State and Elijah Yusuf Enclave at Yadi Forest in Giwa local government area of Kaduna were destroyed. Now also, 152 terrorists were eliminated, 109 arrested, and 91 kidnapping victims, or kidnapped victims, I should say, were rescued in the last 7 days. Major General Buba notes that men and women of the armed forces will continue to take pride in ensuring the safety and security of citizens and urge Nigerians to support security agencies with information to win the war against criminality. A 29-year-old construction worker is currently telling the police in Delta State his level of involvement in a case of kidnapping. He is among several other suspects, including a 60-year-old man whose son was also arrested for alleged armed robbery. Ngozi Imokwede reports from Asaba.
The 29-year-old laborer told newsmen that he got 1 million naira out of the 5 million naira paid as ransom.
That very day, I was called by my friends there to go with them. So got in there, we saw the victim. 5 million was taken from the victim. This is the first one. I'm not happy. I'm ashamed of myself.
The victim, a nursing mother, recalled our ordeal.
I was in my house on Wednesday, 28th of August. So as I came outside to lock my entrance, I don't know that there are some men outside waiting for me. As I come out, they point gun at me. They drag me from there, enter bush. We walk for a long journey. I could not walk again. They asked me whether there is anybody I can call. I said yes. Say who? I told them. So my husband come and give them the money before they release me.
For this 60-year-old man, he was not aware that his son was into armed robbery.
As I go to my children's room, as they were searching from their wardrobe, then I saw a bag, all those guns inside. And I put on my eyes, you know, they follow me saying, now let the guests, they look me where the mama not die. So
Same with these other suspects who claim to be innocent of the crimes they are accused of.
So that they stay around the hotel normally. So they cock up boss the hotel. They arrest people as they see me. And they take carry me, say if I reach station, I go know what I do.
I wish to encourage members of the public to trust and always report incidences to the police and also share intelligence with us.
Some of the items recovered include 138 cartridges, 15 cut-to-size guns, 4 AK-47 rifles, hard drugs, and cash. In Asaba, Ngozi Mokwede, NTA News.
And Co-Marshal, Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed, says no stone will be left unturned in ensuring that safety and sanity is restored on the highways, aside the fact that he will also rid the system of corrupt officers on the road. Now, those were part of his words while talking about his journey so far since assumption of office. And in this special report, Oyemi Ajayi roots out the journey so far of the Co-Marshal since he resumed office.
Handed over the letter of assumption of office as well as being decorated the new Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed was unequivocal about his determination of not leaving any stone unturned, of ensuring a new face is given to the Corps. He believes that to achieve this, he needs to see things by himself, and that propelled his visit to driver's license print firm to deal with the case of backlog of uncollected licenses, aside being on the field himself during the Salah celebration to control traffic and see how the men are faring, hitting the ground running with his 4 focal points for the Corps, which includes rejigging the Corps, welfare for staff, amongst others. He saw the need to partner with sister agencies and other transportation stakeholders to get everyone on board, of ensuring unity of purpose and having better working relationship. His meeting with the high commands of the Corps across the 36 states and FCT was to charge them to develop practical approaches to check road crashes while warning against corruption.
With the motoring public, we want to assure them that we are going to continue to execute our mandate and also key in to the transformation agenda of Mr. President by creating a safe and secure motoring environment for them to navigate and carry out their lawful activities without any traffic infractions.
Shehu's visit to Lagos and Ogun State's commands created better understanding of operations outside the seat of power. Now, with the launch of the FRSC mobile app, there seemed to be a new phase for the Corps, also a window to bring the people closer to the Corps to get real-time information.
Guide the motorists, the drivers on how to maintain their vehicles, and also our interface with the general public as far as our work, as far as our mandate, so that they can give us feedback on what we do outside. So that's the essence of this app.
No doubt, pending issues of concerns remain, making the chase a continuum. But many say the approaches so far are on course, but definitely it is not yet time to relent, as the enforcement must always continue. Oyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
Let's talk politics now. And the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, says there is no substitute for free, fair and peaceful elections as the success of the September 21 and November 16, 2024 governorship polls in Edo and Ondo states will go a long way in restoring more trust in the democratic process and representative governance in Nigeria. Now, this was at the Council's General Assembly meeting ahead of the upcoming off-season elections. Here is Timothy Yusuf with the report.
Primarily, what we do is
the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, at this meeting deliberated on the upcoming Edo and Ondo states governorship elections. Chairman of the council, Yusuf Maman Dantale, disclosed that members will be in Edo and Ondo states to enlighten the stakeholders to ensure peaceful elections.
We are trying to see what we can do. We are doing it and we'll continue to do what we can to deepen democracy, to have all on board, specifically the youth of Nigeria.
He expressed IPAC's commitment to sanitizing the democratic process for successful elections and political stability, emphasizing that Nigerians want to see an impressive turnout in the September and November 2024 Edo and Ondo States governorship elections. Timothy Yusuf, Nta News.
And the factional national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APUGA, says the appeal court has granted the party leave to appeal its case to the Supreme Court. Addressing the media at its Abuja secretariat, Sly Okenwa pointed to various court judgments that authenticated his position as the national chairman of the party.
Explaining that over time, the All Progressives Grand Alliance APGA has been grappling with litigation to establish the rightful leadership of the party, which has also recorded several subsisting court judgments. Sly Okenwa claims that APGA as a party was not joined in the suit at the FCT High Court, and for that, he filed an appeal against the recent appeal court judgment on the 24th of June 2024, which affirmed the judgment of the Buhari High Court.
APGA and myself who were granted leave to appeal. And in coming to this conclusion, the learned and erudite Honorable Justice Mohammed Danjuma did state that it is very apparent that from the judgment of the Court of Appeal, that the issues border on the national chairmanship or the leadership of APGA. And then it's really hard to fathom how the said political party whose leadership was in question was excluded from the proceedings at both the FCT High Court and at the Court of Appeal.
As Okenwa says, what the court did was to uphold the appeal court judgment recognizing the 2019 convention, which elected the immediate past APGA's national chairman, Chief Victor Oye, into office.
We've consistently maintained that the Court of Appeal or the Supreme Court never pronounced Edozie Njoku as national chairman of APGA.
He expresses dissatisfaction over what he describes as INEC's role in the matter.
INEC, purporting to rely on the said judgment, accorded recognition to a stranger who has absolutely no business with APGA by saying that he was the national chairman of APGA. And they did that without any official communication to us.
Sly Okenwa is also confident that the APGA, under the leadership of Governor Chukwuma Soludo, will continue to deliver good governance in Anambra State, despite what he describes as distraction from those working against the interests of the party and the people. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
And you're watching News Stats Count 3 here on Nta News 24. We'll take a short break. The news returns presently. Thank you for staying with us. Now, prioritizing competence for effective leadership is key to sustaining vision and values. Now, this is the position that's emphasized by guests on Good Morning Nigeria, and who also stressed that mentoring young people for proactive leadership also provides robust people-oriented development. Our correspondent Lydia Sampson monitored the program and now reports.
Guests on Good Morning Nigeria are emphatic that mentoring young people and equipping them to be better leaders must include sharing experiences, including skills and challenges, to mitigate the notion that leadership is a smooth ride.
If you're a leader and you're not making any impact, you're just taking care of yourself. Therefore, if you must lead, determine what you need to do. You say, oh, service delivery. He connects it. If you're a leader, you're not paying attention to even your physical appearance. You become a wrong role model for the aesthetic sense of the younger generation.
In the last 3 years, the Legislative Mentorship Initiative, a pet project of the former Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbadabiamila, now Chief of Staff to President Bola Tinubu, has trained dedicated young professionals spearheading value evaluation and excellence in public service. These, they acknowledge, is strategic to having leaders that will change the status quo towards impactful service.
We need to also look at citizens demanding the right kind of leaders. If you have a scenario whereby we've trained, we've equipped, we've enabled these young people with the ethics and the values to lead and lead well, and then citizens decide that they want to go for stomach infrastructure, then that will be a problem. So I think if anything at all, it will train the leaders, but then we also have to ensure that the younger people themselves, the citizens themselves are demanding that kind of leadership.
Already, these all-inclusive, resilient and dogged young people are deploying the training to be employers, while others are displaying capacity, making them stand out.
We are equipping them, we are informing them to be even better. The first thing is that all of them have a demonstrable track record. And so what we're trying to do is that we're trying to give them the tools to succeed in governance, allow them to understand how the system of governance works. Because something that we realized before is that in as much as people are amazing, people are smart, people are brilliant, especially young people, some of them don't know exactly how the machinery of government works.
The guests urge young people to continuously develop capacity for service to phase out people in office only to amass wealth. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, Nta News.
And we're not done with Lydia yet. She says documenting women's salient achievements is critical to giving women more visibility in the society. And that's the point that a policy analyst, gender and development expert, Dr. John Jume Idoniche, raised as she bows out of government service. Here is Lydia Sampson again, who captured the colorful event in Abuja.
My interest is basically documentation. I like to celebrate women. I like to celebrate their stories, because without them, we who are at this level will not have been able to do something for ourselves. So I believe that this is just the beginning of so many things to come.
This woman, described by many as an icon, is bowing out of active service in a threefold event: a book presentation, a 60th birthday retirement event for dedicating her life to deepening women's inclusivity across different sectors within and outside Nigeria, as well as a dialogue on post-Beijing. Naturally, the obvious endless roll call of wives of governors, former female ministers, former head of service, and women of substance cutting across sectors is indicative of the amiable nature of the celebrant who passionately advanced women and gender issues.
She's a very hard-working lady, and I congratulate her as she is in the public service, and pray that as she's going to the next step of her life, God will be there for her.
I thank God for her life. I celebrate with her as she retires, but not tired.
It goes to show that we all need to hold each other's hands moving forward to build a better country.
In the gender space, she has done so much. She is one of the brain behind all the women policies in Nigeria and even beyond. So we are praying that God will see her through.
It was a platform for reminiscing on Beijing 30 years after and women's empowerment.
She was director of training. Nobody is talking about the thousands of people that she has trained. Today they are self-sufficient. They are skilled.
A time to recommit ourselves to the pursuit of gender equality, to learn from one another, and to forge a path forward that leaves no one behind.
Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do it just because you are a woman. Their brains are not better than ours.
Our influence will always resonate. We congratulate you. There was a whole process that we all went through, mobilizing from national to regional.
Jume has paid her dues, but that is not it. It's not over. There's a lot of unfinished business in the women's movement.
Panel discussion focusing on proactive strategies towards escalating female gender issues across the value chains and the book presentation formed key highlights of the program. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, Nta News.
And we wish her all the best in the new chapter of her life. Now, the Abuja Enterprise Agency says it is implementing several programs and policies of the federal government which are targeted at improving condition of living and ease of doing business for Nigerians. Consequently, the agency says it has begun its fourth Nigeria NG Cares disbursement in Abuja.
Is a program that is designed and intended to assist and support MSMEs overcome the negative impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which was actually not a very interesting experience for entrepreneurs and their business.
It's going to contribute to the economy of Nigeria. You are empowering people. This is a renewed hope agenda. You are giving people hope that they can do something with their hand.
This laptop will go a long way for me as long as I'm here. At least this training and everything is going to be beneficiary to me. At least I'll be able to reach my customers. I'll be able to post daily. I'll be able to use my social media wisely.
It will help me a lot because I will use it to diagnose, and it will give me, in fact, it will give me a very good reasoning. Because when I diagnose, no matter whatever the code they gave me, I will go to my phone, that is for this thing, and then I will get the solution immediately. It will.
And you're watching News Desk at 3 on Nta News 24. Let's remind you of the top stories once again. National Emergency Management Agency alerts Nigerian public of possible overflow of rivers Niger and Benue. Nigerian troops destroy terrorist enclaves in Katsina and Kaduna, eliminate terrorists. And federal government trains information and cybersecurity experts to protect Nigeria's cyberspace.
We have to reduce unemployment, we have to reduce poverty, we have to reduce youth restiveness.
This is Nta News 24.
Welcome back. Now, more than 1,000 information and cybersecurity experts have been trained to help protect Nigeria's cyberspace, which is becoming increasingly unsafe for unsuspecting users. Now, this initiative is part of the Ministry of Education's Innovation, Development and Effectiveness in Acquisition of Skills Ideas project, with support from the World Bank. Our correspondent Chimdema Ndubisi was there.
Increase in the use of digital technology has resulted in cybersecurity risks. Rahab, a poultry farmer, had an unpleasant experience a month ago when her social media account, or link to her customer base, was hacked. Clientele and business opportunities lost.
I got an email. I was supposed to confirm a link. After confirming the link, I realized I lost access to my account.
A large number of cyber users continue to experience various forms of cyber attacks due to knowledge and skills gap in cybersecurity. It is estimated that Nigeria currently needs more than 500,000 cybersecurity experts that will develop programs and solutions on cybersecurity. And that's what the Cyber 3030 project, facilitated by the Ministry of Education's Ideas project, is addressing. The goal is that by 2030, 300,000 youths would have been trained to become information and cybersecurity experts. The first leg of the exercise has produced the likes of 39-year-old Amina, a sit-at-home mom, who has transformed into a cybersecurity professional within 4 months.
Can do thorough cybersecurity audit and assessment for organizations, and also provide them with how to mitigate threats and develop policies for them.
Now we are about to take them for mentorships, so they can, and internships where they can learn on the job. Some are startups, some of our trainees have already gotten jobs even before they finish their training.
This program will help to reduce unemployment, it will help to reduce poverty, it will help to reduce youth restiveness.
Well, for self-preservation, experts advise cyber users to ignore links from unknown email addresses or on social media platforms, and not to divulge any bank account information, including codes, to any caller. In Abuja, Chimdema Ndubisi, NTA News.
And you can watch another news hour on Nta News24 later this evening at 6 o'clock. That's News Desk. But there will be more news on the network service at 4. That's nationwide. For now, we thank you for watching. I am Claire Adelabu Abdurazak. Bye-bye.